Hey there, Ronites. We're recording this video all over again because of our director. Take a bow, Kevin. Hey there, Ronites. Welcome back to another episode of the 360-degree Millenial-aire.
As you know, our first series is all about self-awareness. I'm Divya Riga, aka Cypher.
And I'm Jared Robinson, aka The Professor. And last week we discussed the importance of aligning your values with your goals. Today we're going to help you determine your top 3 values. So if you missed our last video or the central question for the series, click here.
Remember to click like below and subscribe to our channel to ensure that you don't miss out on any future videos where we help you on your way to living your best life.
Values are subjective, meaning that they're different for everyone because we're all unique. What may be important to me may not be important to you. Values are also incredibly hard to persistently live because of the hardships associated with each one.
Did you know that there are only 8,760 hours in a year?
Damn!
And that also includes the time that we spend sleeping, eating, and visiting the parliament. This is why it is imperative that you use the limited time that you have on this earth to persistently live your values by relentlessly chasing your goals.
My dad used to tell me that if a man doesn't have something in his life that he wouldn't die for, then he ain't fit to live. This is what I've come to see values to be. These are the things that you will never accomplish, but instead are principles or ideals that you are willing to perish over or even sacrifice your life and your happiness to live by. For the purposes of this video, my top 3 values are freedom, authenticity, and empowerment, in that order.
And my values in order of importance are courage, authenticity, and determination. To help you accurately determine your top 3 values, we're going to use a process of elimination. Step 1 is to look at the list of the 65 values in the description below and narrow them down to a list of no more than 21 by listening to your inner voice. Wait, what does that even mean? Listen to your inner voice?
Some people call the inner voice the soul. Others call it God. And yet others call it your conscience or your gut or even your intuition. But whatever you call it, a nice, quiet place is the best way to hear it clearly. Maybe you want to sit in nature or meditate in your room or even have a glass of wine on the couch. But whatever you do, you need to be fully immersed in the task of connecting with yourself. Step 2 then is to eliminate all the shoulds from your list. Your values are for you alone and based on your perception of the world and what you decide is important in life and not for other people. So go back through your list and remove anything that's there to satisfy or validate someone else's opinion or perception of you. Let me tell you a story. Throughout my schooling career, all my teachers would say on my report card that whilst I had so much potential, my organization skills needed to be significantly improved for me to be successful. So on my list of values, I put things like punctuality, organization, time management skills, but in actual fact, these things are not important to me. Instead, all these things are things that adults throughout my life said that I lacked, and therefore I should improve. So at this point in the process, you need to have no more than 10 values on your list. If you have more than 10, then just be patient, keep trying, and keep narrowing it down.
According to Mark Manson, the author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, we should all give so many less fucks in general. Sorry, Mom, for swearing. You can go smack Mr. Manson's kundo with your villain. So step number 3 is to only keep 3 values on your list which you are willing to endure the pain of. Think about what Jared's dad would say.
What are you willing to die for, son?
You need to ask yourself 2 things. 1, can I live with the associated cost for the rest of my life? And 2, would I be willing to carry this burden even if I don't reap the associated benefits? This was really hard for me. I grew up in a conservative Indian family where we were taught that your life partner should come from the same religion and caste as you because there are so many other things to worry about in a marriage and this should not be one of them. I tried to adhere to this, but I was really unhappy because my goals were not aligned to my values, because my values have absolutely nothing to do with the color of my partner's skin or by what name he calls God. So in my culture, a woman who steps outside the ways of the doctrine runs the risk of being disowned, and this is a huge fear of mine. Yet, I chose to live my value of courage and authenticity and be with someone who was initially rejected by my parents. So in this way, I was willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to live my values, and I must tell you guys, I've never been happier.
Your top 3 values don't need to be set in stone at this point. In fact, we suggest that you take time to sleep on it, think about it, and practice living your values over the next week or so to see if they're a good fit for your life.
In our next video, we're going to discuss goal setting in the context of our values, because by accomplishing goals aligned to our values, we will be able to live more meaningful lives.
Thank you for your support, and always remember that success is the deliberate accomplishment of a few small good decisions made over time. So make the choice today to be revered and cherished by your loved ones for anticipating and providing for their needs. To find out how you can do this, visit our website, link in the description below.
So until next time, So until next time, fellow Ronites, keep kicking ass, taking names, and most importantly, never ever ever give up.